There's nothing wrong with playing your role. There's nothing wrong with being responsible for what you're responsible for. All around, from sports to relationships to the workplace to everywhere I've observed, people love to step over other people's responsibilities. Almost want to be able to do everything, but when the responsibility comes, you don't want it either. I mean, in basketball, you have centers trying to be point guards. You have point guards trying to be centers. In relationships, the men aren't playing their roles anymore. Women are trying to be men, and all these different things. I say that all to say this: it's important to know your role and play your role. Just because you're playing a role doesn't mean that you're not capable of playing other roles, but you're more effective staying to your own role. You know what I mean? We all need people to be playing their part. We all need to stay in our lanes. The moment you start to try to do what other people are doing or try to step in other lanes, that's when things become chaotic. And that's what you're seeing nowadays. Nobody is playing their role. Everybody is trying to be like everybody else, do what everybody else is doing instead of being themselves. The ultimate role you can play is the role of being you. Play your role. There's too much confusion going on right now. Everybody is just trying to be all over the place. Versatility doesn't always mean effectiveness. You're capable of doing a lot of things, but pick a thing and be a master at it. I always used to cringe when I heard this. Master one skill instead of be great at many things. And it's true. It's true in so many different ways because we're trying to step each other's toes. We're trying to be bosses of each other, and we're all trying to fit this one characteristic. We have this one definition of masculinity. We have this one definition of leadership. What is attractive? We're all going towards one way instead of playing our own individual roles and being our own individual selves. That's what it comes down to. There's a loss of identity, literally and figuratively. There's a loss of identity. If you go on a basketball court, there's five positions. But in the NBA now, it seems like there's no positions. In a household, there seems to be no positions. The kids are back talking to the parents. The kids are trying to tell the parents how to parent. The woman wants to be the man's being the woman, and all is out of whack. In the household, outside the household, in sports, in music, everything is out of order. Everything's out of order. Nobody is playing their roles anymore. There's literally so many examples, not only in relationships but overall. What's going on? Why don't we like order? Why don't we like being organized? Why do we want to step each other's toes? You need a manager and you need workers. Not everybody can be a boss. Not everybody can take a leadership role. Because the other side of it, people don't want the responsibility of it. While being a leader, it also comes with a lot of things you have to face. Credit you don't get. Responsibilities that most people don't want to face. Play your role. You're not less valuable because you're playing your role. It means that you know your spot, you know your place. In a household, the man does what the man does, the woman does what the woman does. It's always been that way. Now we're seeing a different twist to it, and we're seeing how it doesn't work. We need people back to accepting responsibility within their own roles. Start trying to step outside of it and do what someone else is doing because you heard someone is cooler. We need each other to be doing what we're supposed to be doing in all areas of life. You don't need to be like another person. You don't need to do what they're doing. Be responsible for what you're responsible for. You, yourself, whatever that entails. It seems like my message is all over the place, but my main point here is we lost the will to stick to what roles we have. We are always like trying to jump to the different thing. We're always trying to overstep other people's roles to prove that we're more valuable. But you playing the role that you're playing, you're becoming more proficient at that role. Stop trying to step outside of that. I just felt like I needed to talk about this because we're lost, things are out of order, and everybody is trying to step each other. Everybody is trying to step over each other, I should say. Trying to do what the next person is doing. Nobody's authentic. People don't want to remain in their own lane. People want to do what the crowd is doing instead of doing what the individual should be doing. Play your role. There's nothing wrong with the things that you're doing currently if you're remaining with what you're accustomed to. You don't need to fit what society wants. You don't. All that for what? To be accepted? All that for what? It's slavery. It's slavery to be in bondage to what people think. It's slavery to be trapped by what people think of you. You'll be forced to play different characters. You'll be forced to be outside of the things that make you you. Play your role. Roles are important. It's important to have positions. It's important to have a goal, a task, a mission. Why are you stepping outside of that? The moment you do that, you're losing identity. And look around. Not just in sports, not just in relationships, but all over the place. People aren't playing their roles anymore. That's the whole message right here. People aren't playing their roles anymore. We need to learn how to stick to our lanes, play our own roles, and go with that. You know? Hopefully this got you to think a little bit. Hopefully this gets you the question if you're playing your role. Whatever that means to you. If you're not trying to overstep other people, do what other people are doing. And if that's happening, why is it happening? What are you looking for? What void are you trying to fill? Play your own role. You don't need to be something you're not to impress. At a certain point, you have to be tired of that. It's not sustainable long term. You understand what I'm saying? Playing your own role is sustainable. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope this gets you to think a little bit. But if you found value in the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos like this. May God bless you. I'll see you next video.